I'd like to call this meeting, March 26th, to order. Can I have roll call, please?
Ms. Sprayer. Present. Ms. Buckley.
Here.
Mr. Kuderich.
Present.
Ms. Lanasi. Present. Mr. Minkevich.
Here.
Ms. Roscoe.
Here.
And Ms. White is present.
We all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next I need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
Madam President, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Minkevich, supported by Mr. Kuderich. Have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, I need a motion for the approval of minutes. We have the regular meeting of March 12th, 2007, and our study session of March 21st, 2007. Can I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, I would like to make a motion that we approve the minutes from March 12th. Support.
Motion by Ms. White, supported by Ms. Frayer. Do we have any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Next, before I turn the meeting over to our superintendent.
We gotta do,
Yeah,
I
do
motion that we approve the study session minutes of March 21st.
Okay, oh, we're doing two of them?
Right,
I have them together here on here.
I got them together on
Well,
mine.
Together.
Oh.
All right, we'll do them separately. So we need one for the study session of March 21st.
Sure,
So
motion, Betty supported.
So moved.
Oh, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Alrighty, I'm sorry about that. I was combining both of them. Okay. Before we turn it over to the superintendent, we would just like to make an announcement that we will not be voting on the budget tonight. We have postponed that for further information, further investigation as to what we're going to do with the budget. So at this time, we don't have a definite date on voting on the budget, but we will let everyone know in plenty advanced warning that we're going to do that. And just wanted to let you know that in case there was anybody here that's only here for that purpose. Next, I'll turn it over to Mr. Weiss.
Thank you, Madam President. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Clark with personnel actions. Mr. Clark?
Thank you, Mr. Weiss. Members of the board, I have one personnel action for you this evening. A motion is needed by the board to approve the child care leave of Ms. Jessica Graham. Mrs. Graham is the elementary teacher at the Merriman Elementary School, and this child care leave will be effective for the 2007-2008 school year.
Hey, can I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the child care leave for Ms. Graham.
Support.
Motion by Ms. White, supported by Ms. Buckley. Do we have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ms. Papazoglu with bills for payment.
Thank you, Mr. White. I'm recommending the board approve the bills submitted for payment for the period March 15th through March 22nd, 2007, in the amount of $506,464.41.
Madam Chair, I motion that we approve the bills as submitted. Support.
Motion by Ms. Buckley, supported by Ms. Lanasi. Do we have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Great. Next, we have a very large group here from Corey Elementary. It's a pleasure to see everybody here. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. West and the crew from Corey for our presentation this evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Would just like to say thank you again for inviting us and affording us this opportunity to share with you our finest. And I'd like to thank all of our students and parents and caregivers who've come out tonight to support us in this effort. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start our presentation this evening with our school motto, which of course is expect the best, and we've added a little bit more to that, achieving success. And that best, the word best this year took on a whole new meaning. Best now means believing, exceeding, succeeding together. And I can certainly tell you that it has taken all of us working together to achieve the goals that we've achieved this year, the accomplishments that we've made. And we actually added a new school song, I Am Smart, I Am Successful by Mr. Rudy. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to take about 20 minutes of your time. We're going to feature 4 new activities that are new to Corey School, and activities that we feel are basically responsible for the success of that we've achieved so far. And those 4 new activities will be our best assemblies, our reading raffles, the league, and we actually had what was called a meat ball this year. I think most of us went around calling it the meatball, but it was actually a meat ball. So following our PowerPoint presentation, we are going to share with you about a 5-minute video that will be followed by classroom presentations from Mrs. Briggs and Mrs. Harris's first grade class, and we have a reading by Brittany Gilmer and Mr. Grange's 5th grade class. So with that being said, we're going to get the show on the road, okay?
Hello, I'm Mrs. Hartley. I'm the literacy coach over at Corey. And the first thing I'm going to be talking about are our best assemblies. Our best assemblies are held every month. And like Mrs. West said, we start with our theme song by Mr. Rudy, and you'll have a chance to listen to that. The children will be singing that on the video. But basically, our assemblies are for the purpose of celebrating our successes. One thing that we talk about are the reading raffles, math champions, and we celebrate those students who have achieved an improvement in their grades. Not only do we recognize students, but we also recognize staff and parents at our assemblies. One thing that we do is the perfect attendance celebration we have. Every 10 weeks, we have Mr. Eason, who is a consolidated financial business person who comes in and has lunch with the students. And that's for the class with the highest percentage of perfect attendance every 10 weeks. And they find that really challenging and exciting to have lunch with him. And also, we have a principal's pizza party every once a month. We have that with Mrs. West, and the top 3 students from each class are chosen to have lunch with her. And also, that is provided by a partnership through Hungry Howie's. And in addition to celebrating the success of the students at the best assemblies, we also celebrate the success of our teaching staff. And there are a couple of people I wanted to mention this evening. Mrs. James was the representative chosen from Romulus Community Schools as the Wayne County RISA's Rookie Teacher of the Year. Dawn Pluff, our 4th grade teacher, was nominated and chosen as the Detroit News Teacher of the Week. And Paul Grange, our 5th and 6th grade teacher, was nominated by his students to be the Teacher of the Year through the Sam's and Walmart clubs. So those are in addition to the students and the staff. We also recognize our parents that come in. All the parents who come to the best assemblies, we recognize them for volunteering in our classrooms and our school activities. But I think the real highlight of the best assemblies is the classroom celebrations that we have. Each month, a class is chosen to do a presentation for the entire school. And that's an opportunity for the students to really showcase what they're working on in the classroom. And in the past, we've had students come up and do skits. We've had some do songs. And I know we have some doing poetry readings next month. So it's a really good opportunity for them to share with the rest of the student body what they're working on. And another thing that we do is we have the launch of the monthly league activities and Spirit Day. And Mr. Beatty's going to talk more about the league activities in a few minutes. Another thing we do each month at the Best Assembly is we have the reading raffle. And we're really focusing on inspiring the children to be better readers this year. So what we do, we have a drawing each week for a free book from each class. And in order to get a raffle ticket, the students have to read. And the requirements for the kindergarten through 3rd graders are they have to read 1 book, and 4th through 6th grade students have to read 100 pages. In addition to drawing for a free book each week, every month we have a drawing for a big prize, such as a bicycle, or a radio, or a themed gift bag. And I think the one that has been the most popular this year has been the movie bag, where the children will get some movie candy and some snacks, and we've had some winning Blockbuster gift cards. Now, since March was Reading Month, we've had these big drawings every week. And let me tell you, the interest in reading has really soared at our school this year. And in addition to winning prizes, the class, which has the greatest percentage of students reading that week, get an extra half hour of gym. And I think that's a big motivator for the students also. And to celebrate reading, at the end of the year, we're going to have a special celebration for all students who participated in the reading activities. So those are just some of the things we do at the Reading Month. Now, Mr. Beatty's going to tell us about some of the league activities that we participate in.
Hello, I'm Rob Beatty, the learning specialist over at Corey, and I also happen to be the league coach for the school. So one of the things about the league is, in our district, at least in my 8 years here, we've always had service learning projects, learning to give. We've been involved in that. But the league kind of takes it to the next level. We started that this year. It is a national initiative across the country, and it gives our school a chance to compete, in a sense, against other schools for service that we provide for our community. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it'll be talent, sometimes treasures, and all those count towards points that we accumulate, and then we can check on the website to see how our standings are doing with that service. We do use monthly themes, which are prevalent throughout the district and the state and the country as far as what we do each month. For example, you'll see like October, we had a very successful Saturday where we invited parents and students for a school beautification project. We called it our Servathon. We had a nice time at Martin Luther King Day. We invited the community, obviously, to start the walk at our school. We went to the high school, and that was very successful. We did get some recognition on the website for that as well. And you'll notice right now in March, we have coins for the heart, from the heart. We have 2 canisters in the office that students can donate to, and the canisters, one's labeled University of Michigan, one's Michigan State. I can say that when I left today, Michigan's was about half full. Michigan State's might have had maybe a couple bucks in there, not much. But the idea is, whichever school the student supports, they'll put the money into that container. And Mrs. West has made a promise to all the students that at the end of March, if Michigan's has more than Michigan State's, she'll wear a Michigan shirt for a week. I didn't say anything about the state part being on there, but so that's how that's going to work. And the kids have been really excited about that. And that money donated will go to the American Heart Association. Next up, we have Mrs. James to talk about the meatball itself.
Hi, I'm Lori James. I teach 4th and 5th grade at Corey School. At the beginning of the year, we gave our students a challenge. Every year we know the MEEP is very important, and we challenged our students to do their very best this year. We gave them a contract to sign. They were to take it home, have their parents sign it, and then we as teachers also signed that to show that we were all involved. Excuse me. These contracts were then put up on one of the walls in our school to show the students on a daily basis what we expect from them and what they've said they're going to do for us. And the contracts said that they would come to school every day, they'd be well rested, they'd eat a good breakfast, and they'd answer every question carefully and try to do their very best. We had 140 students take the MEEP this year at Corey. We challenged them to get 1s and 2s, which is proficient on the MEEP. And when we got our scores back, we found that they were the best scores in Corey's history. So as a staff, we decided... As a staff, we decided we need to do something special for our students and came up with our MEEP ball. All the students that got a 1 or 2 on any part of the MEEP were invited to come to the ball with their parents. At the ball, we had dinner for them, dancing with a DJ, and then cake afterward. They really enjoyed it. And 94% of our students that took the MEEP were invited to the MEEP ball, which says a whole lot for our students and our staff and the amount of time everyone put in. Excuse me. As the students were leaving, we wanted to show them one more token of our appreciation for their hard work, and we gave them a bag with performance in them, just to tell them we appreciate what they did on the MEEP.
Thank you.
I like gifts. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, cute.
Thank you.
It's cute.
I'm also going to give you a copy of the contract that the students signed.
Get all kind of goodies though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Short and sweet.
And next up, we'll play the DVD that we created in the school of some of our students.
That's cute.
Like all the man champions, the award, and I like all the stuff for the pizza party and the prizes. And I like the song "I Am Successful" by Mr. Rudy. I like when we go and meet together and sing "I Am Successful" by Mr. Rudy, 'cause that really makes me be proud and stuff. And I like all the awards that they give out, like the math champion medals and the principal's pizza party. Believing, exceeding, succeeding, together, best! I like the choreography because I won a really cool bike, and I read lots of cool books like Julie B. Jones, Captain Underpants, Julie B. Jones, One Man Band, and Cheetah Pants. I want to read a raffle too because I read lots of books, and I read Julie B. Jones, Lola at the Library, and that is how you enter reading raffle too. I want to read a raffle because I read books, and the books that I read was Julie B. Jones, and I want a movie bag and have popcorn and candy in a movie bag, in a movie card. The Big Hat Parade is all about giving out time, talent, and treasures. The Hat and Mitten Treat was about donating hats, and the hats and mittens. And the fire department came in, picked them up, and dropped them off to the needy people. On Valentine's Day, almost all the kids at Corey gave a card to the people in a Detroit hospital. Everybody in the school got a giving game card and passed it on if they did a good deed. Students got invited to the meatball because we either got to get a 1 or 2 on any part of the meat. After the meatball, we had dinner and we had pizza, salad, and cake. I brought my parents, my sister, my mama, and my aunties, and then we went to the dance. When you got to the gym, you got to dance with your family members to music played by DJ Commander. After dance, we had danced and Miss West was dancing with us. We had a lot of fun. The meatball was a lot of fun.
That would be me.
That was cute. That was really cute. Yeah, characters. Thank you. They're so cute.
Hello, I'm Kathleen Briggs, first grade teacher at Corey. And this month, our first grade students have been learning all about poetry. This was in celebration of March's Reading Month and in anticipation of April's Poetry Month.
Good evening, I'm Monica Harris. I'm also a first grade teacher at Corey Elementary. And our students are going to begin by sharing a brief biography of Shel Silverstein, one of their favorite poets.
One of mine too.
Shel Silverstein was born on September 25th, 1930 in Chicago, Illinois, where he was writing from the time he was a young boy. Silverstein believed that written works needed to be read on paper and with the correct paper for the work. He usually would not allow his poems or stories to be published unless he could choose the type, size, and shape and color of the paper himself. Being a book collector, he took the feel of the paper, look of the book from the inside and out, the type for lettering of each poem, and the binding of his books very seriously. He did not allow each poem and the binding, but allow his books to be published in paperback, as he did not want his work to diminish in any way. Silverstein's talents were already developed by the time he served in the U.S. Armed Forces. Silverstein was stationed in Japan and Korea in the 1950s, and while in the military, he was a cartoonist for the Pacific edition of the military newspaper, Stars and Stripes. Silverstein's goal was not to write for children when he first started his career. Silverstein's editor and friend Ursula Nordstrom dragged him kicking and screaming before he began to write children's poetry. But after having used his clever, silly ideas in his first book, Silverstein decided that he enjoyed the product and wanted to do it again. Shel Silverstein had two children, a boy and a girl. Sadly, he passed away on May 10th, 1999 in Key West, Florida, of a heart attack. He is remembered as an American poet, songwriter, musician, composer, cartoonist, screenwriter, and author of children's books. His name is most commonly known for writing and illustrating his children's books, including The Missing Piece, A Light in the Attic, Where the Sidewalk Ends, Falling Up the Giving Tree, A Giraffe and a Half. He was also known as Uncle Shelby. Now our third grade would like to say two poems written by Joseph Silverstein with you. The titles are Boa Constrictor and Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too.
Oh my goodness.
Ickle was captain and Pickle was crew, and Tinkle served coffee and mulligan soup. And higher they flew, cried Ickle me, Pickle me, Tickle me too. Ickle was captain and Pickle was over the sun beyond the moon. Hold on, stay in, I hope we do. Cried Ickle me, Pickle me, Tickle me too. Tickle me, tickle me too. Never return to the world they knew, and nobody knows what happened to. Tickle me, pickle me, tickle me too.
Before you have the students sit down, could you have them give us their name? Just take the mic and let them say their names, please.
Go ahead.
Terrell. Randy. Joanne. Roderick. Mayan. Caleb. Nicholas. Stephen. Ryan. Romero. Taylor. Madison. Juliana. Nia. Shakaya. Brianna.
Can I just ask you really quick, are you all first graders? You know, I have to say, I've heard a lot of first graders in my day, and I've never heard first graders read that well and pronounce that well. You were outstanding.
I was going to say, are they all?
You did a very, very good job.
Are they
Thank you.
Isn't that something?
I think so. Are you done? You're not done, are you?
No, we have one more. Brittany Gilmer.
Okay.
What I saw Oprah Winfrey was a miracle. There were many children and families that needed her help, and she worked a miracle. Those families needed her help and many others more than any other person in the world. What she did for those girls was the most helpful thing I've seen that Oprah has done in many years, or since I watched it on television. She sat there and talked with every single girl that needed help and talked with them about how their life was and how it felt to them. Then she went to one girl's home and saw what she had to do every single day in order to survive for her family. What she had to do was get 2 big buckets and take them to this well, fill them up with water, put them on her head, and walk all the way back home. Oprah tried to do that. Didn't really work out the way she expected. Next, she went to another girl's home and saw what they had to do in order to survive. They had no water, electricity, or gas. When she had to do her homework, she worked by candlelight. Sometimes they even went to bed without eating. As I remember watching another girl, her mother, her sister, and her had to sleep on the floor, sleep in one bed, and sometimes she just slept on the floor. Something else I wanted to talk about was the past about Oprah. Oprah went to her old destination where her house used to be in Mississippi, and she also took the same exact route she used to when she had to go place to place to get water and food for herself and her grandmother, because that's who she lived with. So she knew how these families felt to be really, really poor, because that's exactly how she used to live. Back to the girls. When she told the girls she was going to do something really big in their lives, made them very, very nervous and kind of excited. What in the world is she going to do? Why is it so special? Some of the girls were lost, some weren't. When they got to the building, she had told them she was going to build a school academy just for those girls, and she was going to name it Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls. They were shocked. Oprah then became something special to those girls. Also, she called them back to the building a few days later and told them she was going to promote the girls that she felt belonged in that school. And guess what? She promoted all of them. Miss Winfrey is such a miracle working person, and when I grow up, I want to be such a great person like her. Anyways, as I was saying, she promoted all of the girls, and the day after she showed them to their new home, it was very heartbreaking for them to leave their families behind. It would break my heart to tell you the truth. As Oprah showed them around and let them get settled into their dorms, Oprah surprised them with their new wardrobe, book bags, clothes, uniforms, shoes, and much more. Then she surprised them with their Christmas dinner. I think that the girls were really enjoying both the dinner and Oprah Winfrey. After that, the girls met up with some of the famous celebrities in the world like Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige, India Arie, and so much more. To the girls, I think this was a blessing in their life, and nothing better could have happened.
I was hoping I would get through that without getting emotional. I have to share this with you for some of you who may not be aware how that writing came about. When we say that we are invested in our students together, our school custodian, Donzella Williams, in anticipation of the showing of Oprah's show regarding her school in Africa, challenged some of our students, young girls, to watch the show, and then she encouraged them to share in writing their reactions to the show. And this is what Brittany did on her own, writing that piece. And now you know. When they say it takes a village. And I'm proud to say that at Corey School, we are all, on every level, invested in our students. And if you, again, look at our first graders now, remember, they've not taken the MEP yet. These are our future MEPers. But think about this. If they're already reading like this, are we going to get considerably more 1s and 2s on the MEP? Are we going to be? I mean, I am proud of each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. What I'd like to do, if you can indulge me for just a couple of minutes, if I could have all of the students stand up again, and let's just give them another round of applause. Just totally, totally, totally incredible. Truly, truly our best and our finest. But you know, behind each and every one of these students, we have parents and caregivers, and I would like all of our parents and caregivers to stand up tonight, because we couldn't do it without you either. We'd like to give you recognition. Thank you again. Thank you. And we have staff in the wings. If you could just step in, the rest of the school staff, and then I would like to have the other Corey staff who are inside to stand up. And come on, Mrs. Pluff, Mrs. Askew, Mr. Grange, Mr. Commander, Mrs. Roberts, and of course we have Mrs. Harris, Mrs. Briggs, Mrs. James, and Mrs. Hartley that came out in support of our efforts tonight. And I certainly want to thank each and every one of you again. And with that being said, I'd like to extend an invitation to you also. And I know you're all very busy, but we're on Wayne Road, and sometimes if you're driving by, just drop on in. You don't have to, wait for a special program, but we did share with you some of our upcoming events. So if you get a chance and an opportunity to come and visit and share time with us, please do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to, Mr. Beatty up here. I'm sorry, when I say I mean, this is like an extra appendage, he's a hard worker, just certainly, thank you. So again.
Mrs. West, before you leave, I have a question of Mr. Beatty. Mr. Beatty, you know that there's an elf that runs around your building and seems to be there quite a bit. And the elf has told me that you sneak into the office and take the money from Michigan State and dump it in a Michigan jug. Now,
I tried to put a third jar in Ohio State jar. Nobody went for that. So if I had to pick, I would pick Michigan State and put the money. I wouldn't put it in.
well, that was a pretty good way out, but I don't know.
He's not what I have to deal with. Come up here, Julie. This is what I deal with every single day. Give it to them. Go ahead.
Mr. Kid's the best.
That's cute. That is cute. Again, thank you for everybody for coming out and presenting your school. We really appreciate it. It really gives us a lot of insight as to just how involved everyone is and how excited the kids are. We really do enjoy it.
I'd say you have a lot of pride and you have a lot to be proud of. Great job. With that said, one other thing before we move into communications from the public. I just want to pass these out to the board members. This is pursuant to an MASB Awards session on April 18th. The session's going to be over in Lincoln Park, and one of our own board members, Mr. Kuderick, will be honored at that session. If you would like to attend, please contact Carol Bales. We're on kind of a tight timeline with that. Please let her know no later than this Friday, and we'll make sure that everybody is signed up for that.
Okay. Are you all set?
Thank you.
Okay, next, we have items of communications and expressions from the public. I don't have anything in front of me. And with that said, we'll continue. We'll give it back to Mr. Weiss of items of interest.
Okay, thank you. Board members, just a couple things. You have a news update from Barth, and also congratulations to Coach Nate Oates, the varsity basketball coach, on their winning the Mega Red Champions this year. And I must say, as a newcomer to Romulus, I probably attended 5 or 6 basketball games, and they were a treat to watch. I've never seen high school basketball like that, and I had a lot of fun enjoying those games.
You all set?
Back to you.
Next, we have questions and current concerns of the board members, but before I ask anybody else, just want to apologize to Romulus Elementary and what else we got? And Barth Elementary. We got invitations in our packets on Friday, and both the events had already been, they already had them. So we weren't informed of that, because there's sometimes when you send things to the board office for us, on the outside of the envelope, if it's dated material, please put dated material. If not, it just goes in our packets and we get it, and we're getting a lot of things late, and things that some of us could have made arrangements to be at and would have really enjoyed. But either that or get our fax number from Carol at the board office and start faxing us stuff. When you get your flyers made up, fax them to us so we can stick them in our planners and jot them down and make sure we attend some of that. So just heads up, please try to get some information to us a little quicker. Go ahead, Ms.
Madam
White.
Chair, just have a comment. Wanted to thank Merriman Elementary for having us out for their reading day. Board members
Oh,
and
yeah, that was
administrators were able to attend. It was very well organized, a good showing of parents out along with administrators and board members. So I think that was a very eventful day. So thank you for having us.
And also on Saturday, we had the reading program at the library, and there was a lot of preschoolers. And it was a lot of fun reading to all the kids and seeing how they get involved and how they want to tell you everything about the book, just like that book that they read. So, but it was a lot of fun, and we had a very good turnout for the preschool reading program on Saturday. Anybody else, Miss Lanesi?
Yeah, the digital sign in front of the high school, on the south side of the sign, there's something the matter with the numbers. The first number, it's got something in front of the 3 and the 2 and the 1, whatever it is. It looks like Greek.
Got it.
You can look
We'll
into
note
that.
it.
Okay, thank you. It's
South
been like
side.
that for a while now. I was wondering why it couldn't have been taken care of.
Does anybody else have anything tonight?
No, not yet.
Well, if we don't have anything else, the next thing we have on our meeting is adjournment.
Madam
So I need a
President,
motion.
Madam President, I'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Support?
Motion by Mr. Mankiewicz, supported by Ms. Lanasi. Do we have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.